Hi everyone, I'm Liz and welcome back to Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch for day 8. Yes, day 8 of Stitchmas. So, in my craft room, on one of these shelves, I have a, 12 by 12 bin full of what I consider kits. Cross stitch projects where I have a pattern, fabric, and floss tucked together and ready to be started. Some may only have the fabric or the threads, but most of these are everything, like kitted, ready to go. And I did this video at this time last year to kind of show you all what I had in my kitted bin, bin of kits. I feel like I said it 18 different ways in that video. And I know I started a couple of things out of that bin this year, but I don't think I started that many. But I know I have added a lot to that bin this year. So I wanted to go through it and decide what needs to get unkitted and have its stash reallocated into like the general population, right? So I can use it for anything else, because I know I have a lot of good fabric and floss hanging out in some projects that maybe are not on my immediate radar, you know? And I think it might be a good idea to unkit some of these things and put them back in my stash. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do this video. I hope this is fun. It'll just be a look at all kinds of things I've bought and kitted up, and there'll be some left over obviously from last year and new ones added this year. So yeah, I've got the bin in front of me. It's overflowing, so yeah, let me get started. Okay, so the first thing right on top is something I kitted very recently, and it doesn't have fabric in there, just all the flosses and the charts. It's a multi-part series called the Christmas House, and I'll just pull out the main chart. And so it's a little Christmas house with multiple rooms. And so I got the charts and kitted this one this year thinking I would start it, but we're like less than 2 weeks to Christmas at this point. So I probably won't start too many more. Well, I don't know. We'll see. But yes, this one is not getting unkitted. I just kitted this up and I definitely want to start this one at some point, hopefully for next year for Christmas. Next is also something I kitted very recently, and that is the Peace on Earth sampler by Cottage Garden Samplings. And Lisa Smith, Kindred Stitcher, just stitched this, and it is gorgeous and definitely influenced me. So again, I don't have fabric, but I kitted it up with all the floss. And this has kind of been my plan to start on Christmas Day. We'll see if that actually happens, but sometime on Christmas break. This is like gonna be, I think, a new start. So this one's staying kitted up. All these ones on tops, I guess, are the new ones. So I have a feeling all these new ones are just going to stay kitted, and then we'll go through the old ones and probably get rid of some stuff, but we'll see what happens. Because this other one is also a new Christmas one, and I really thought I was going to start this one a couple of weeks ago, and now I'm wondering why I didn't. I love this chart. I don't even remember. I had to have shown it, but I think I got this from Carla, Cobweb Corners website. I placed an order for something recently and saw this one, which I had never seen before. Art to Heart, Merry Christmas. And I just think it's so cool. It's like one of those typography signs, but all stitched. And there's like little, polka dots and snowflakes, and oops, I'm dropping the buttons. So this is just another Button Company pattern. Under, I guess, their cross stitch brand. And so it comes with the little buttons, and I kitted it up with all of the floss, and I really was going to start this. I even have a frame for this next year. So this one's staying. Okay, these are also in my kitted bin. I just got these at the Houston International Quilt Show. These are punch needle kits. I don't have any punch needle supplies except for like the actual punch needle, some weaver's cloth. Like I just have a couple things. So I don't have like a section for punch needle right now. So I figured I'll just put these fully kitted things in with my cross stitch kits. And if I'm looking for kits, they're in one spot. So those are staying together. And I kitted a lot of Christmas stuff. This is Birds of a Feather Santa Claus. And this is one of the very first Birds of a Feather charts I think I ever bought. And I just loved the big humongous Santa Claus with the little tiny houses and done on the like black. And the fabric is actually sparrow that was dyed by Birds of a Feather, which obviously you can't get anymore. But I found a piece on Etsy. And I found like a whole entire yard on Etsy and bought it. And so I have cut myself a piece. So you can see it like as actually a super dark brown, even though it looks a little bit black in the photo. But this is the actual sparrow Birds of a Feather fabric. So I've got this, and all the flossers are in here. And I know I want to stitch this one, I just don't know when. So this one's gonna stay all kitted up. Oh yeah, okay, so in this bag, I have a kit from the retreat that I went to in Kansas City, and it's my Chessie and Me kit. And so here is the cover of the chart, and you may remember I stitched this little scissor fob. I started it at the retreat and finished it when I got home, and I still want to do the needle roll and the little birdhouse. And so I have my kit of supplies for that in here, and it has the fabric. You can see where I cut out for my scissor fobs. There's the fabric, and I have all the flosses. And then the other kits that are in here are my Blackbird kits from the retreat. And so we got Fall Gatherings, and we got Delicious Autumn. And so these were, I think, exclusive to our retreat, but they should be out probably after a year or so. So I have my kits for Blackbird and Chessie and Me in this bag. So the next one is this Birds of a Feather chart called No Bees, No Honey. I guess I should have said this with the first Birds of a Feather chart, but Birds of a Feather are no longer in business. So there's no longer, like, these are all out of print. So apologies now if you're unable to locate some of these charts. So anyways, No Bees, No Honey that I have kitted with just all of the threads. This is when I was so eager to get started, but if I'm honest, I might unkit this one. I don't think I'm gonna start it. I don't know. I'm gonna put this in the maybe pile for now. I mean, it's just floss. We'll see. Okay, and then this next bag is my last retreat kit, which is from Heartstring Samplery. What are they called? Flowers for Bees. And they're these three little pin pillows. And so I have the fabric and the flosses and all the stuff that came in her kit in my kitted basket. And I'm going to keep that all together until I stitch those. Because it's not like, they're not full skeins. It's like kitted floss where they pre-measure. So it's not like I need to unkit this to be able to, you know, like it's not, you know what I mean, I think. Is that part too confused? I'm just gonna keep talking, keep rolling. Oh man, I forgot I had this one kitted. I wanted to start this in this fall and I totally forgot. Patchwork Pumpkin. Patchwork Pumpkins. This is Blackbird Designs, and this is actually in that Winds of Autumn book. And but this was the original Reward of Merit pincushion. But now you can get it as like part of that big Winds of Autumn book. But I bought this and a floss pack, all the floss, which this tiny pattern takes like 40 colors, I swear. I mean, okay, probably like 20, but it takes it takes a lot of floss colors. But I really do want to stitch this one. I don't want to unkit this, even though there's like some real good floss colors that I'm sure are sold out everywhere in this bag. But that's okay. I'm going to stitch this one eventually. Man, so far I don't want to unkit anything, so I don't even know if this is just a kit parade. I don't think I'm reorganizing anything. Because this one, I know I want to stitch. This is Feast of Friendship by Blackbird Designs. So beautiful. So many people stitched this last year. I never ended up having time to start it. I thought, oh, maybe I'll do it this year. I never had time to start it, but I still got it kitted, and I have it kitted with 40 Count Dusty Road by Seraphim Fabrics and all of the beautiful floss colors. So this one is staying kitted because I want to start it, and I worked hard to collect all of these flosses and then never started it, but it'll get started. Okay, on this next one, I'm pretty sure I have it kitted because I sent Kathleen, Situation Normal, some of the fabric for this because I had like a half yard of it. It's like the 18th century blackbird fabric, and this is Hilda Boo and Sunflowers 2 by Brenda Gervais. And Kathleen, weren't we going to start this one like last year? So maybe we need to bring this one back out. So I've got my linen. I'm not going to unkit this one because this linen just really is specifically for this. And I do have all of the called for floss in here. So this one's going to stay kitted. And then Kathleen, just let me know when we should start this. Although there's another one in here we want to start too, right? So we'll talk later, Kathleen. These next two were both gifts with the pattern and the floss. And this first one is Plum Street Samplers Liberty's Welcome. Just gorgeous. Olivia Pumpkin Hollow Quilts just recently finished this. It's so beautiful. And I have all the DMC and the chart. So I'm going to leave this one kitted as is. And then this one, somebody else sent me, and it is Bless This Home by Cottage Garden Sampling. And I still really do want to start this one. This one's so cute. And she sent me the DMC floss that goes with that one as well. So this one's staying as is. This next one is another Blackbird Designs kit. And I remember I got this at Needleworks, which is my LNS that's actually closest to my house. It's up in Copperas Cove, Texas. Yeah, this was sold as a kit. So this is a Blackbird Designs chart with all the floss. So I'm going to keep, well, you know what? I think I'm going to unkit this one. I do love this pattern, but like I have so much Blackbird design in the queue, like in progress and wanting to be started, that I think I'm just going to unkit this and just file the chart and use this floss for other stuff right now, because I don't think there's a reason this needs to stay kitted. Okay, I found one. Found one. Okay, next is a Plum Street Sampler Olga's Tart, which is seriously so cute, but this is like the third year in a row I feel like I haven't stitched it. So I'm gonna unkit it. Yep, okay, that one's gonna, because there's a lot of good floss colors in here. There's a ton of colors. So I'm gonna redistribute that floss. Okay. Progress. This is one of the Scattered Seed Sampler kits. And so it is the pattern, fabric, and floss. I'll kit it up like this. So I'm going to leave this together. This is what I was talking about earlier when I wasn't making any sense. Like when the floss comes like that, like I don't really see a point to unkitting it because this is like the perfect amount for this. So I'm just going to leave this all together. And if for some reason I decide in the future I'm never going to stitch that and I destash it, then I'll sell it or give it to somebody, you know, like as the whole. Well, in this case, I would give it to somebody. This was given to me. But yeah. Let me clarify that, because I'm sure one person's watching being like, I did send that to you. You're going to sell it now? No, of course not. I'm not going to sell it. I would give it to somebody. Anyways, I would do it as a whole kit, not piecemeal. You know what I mean? So I'm going to leave it kitted up because I do love these little bee scaps and flowers, and I do want to stitch this. So this one's staying. It's like after work on Thursday evening, and I'm a little punchy. And I just wanted to clarify. Okay, you all understand. I don't need to keep talking about it. The next one is also a Scattered Seed Sampler kit. This beautiful little wren. I know for sure this one's been released. I'm not sure if this one has been released yet, but this one I know I've seen available as a pattern. And so I have all the kit supplies. Oh, okay, maybe I'm going to start this one like tonight. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna set this one aside. And that's because it's this Ink Circles Out There. And this I had plans to start and stitch for my new nephew, Ben. So if you remember at the very, very start of my videos, like video 2 or 3, I showed the cross stitch piece that I stitched for my nephew, Charlie, when he was born. And that's when he was born, he was 0. Sorry, he's 6 now. So I'm trying to think of like, how much time has passed. And that's kind of the piece that got me back into like cross stitching all the time. Like I had done cross stitch projects here and there since college, but stitching that piece for Charlie in 2015 really like kicked my butt and was like, I want to cross stitch all the time. So anyways, I showed that piece off because I reframed it in one of my very first videos. And then I stitched Andy's name. It says Andrew. It was like the little Prairie Schooler animals. And Ben now he needs a cross stitch for his room. And so this was one of the options I had originally gotten for Andy, but I think I might do this for Ben. And so it's all kinds of little cute animals, and I might try and find a way to incorporate his name somewhere amongst the animals. So yes, baby Ben. Maybe you'll get this before you're like 2 or 3. I think Andy was 3, so maybe in a few years. Okay, I had a sip of water. I'm gonna remind myself to speak slowly and clearly and not be manic. It's just because I'm in that weird time between done working and not had dinner yet, and I'm not used to filming in the evenings, even though I feel like I've done it several times lately, that I'm like, over here, what am I saying? What am I talking about? Am I making sense? Okay, that was our intermission. Let's get back to the kits. Oh yeah, okay, this one's staying kitted. Again, I've had this for like 3 years kitted, and I need to just stitch it. I need to just get it started. I want this in my craft room so bad. And that is Needleworker by Little House Needleworks. I love this. I just think it's so classy and pretty, and I have a spot for it right up there above my window where I want to put it. So this is getting started soon. I'm putting this with this one. These are going to stay together on the top of the pile. Okay, so this next one is more of an idea than a kit. It's just fabric and charts. So it's, I think, a piece of 40 count mallow, and then it's a bunch of the Little House Needleworks Hometown Holiday series, because I, like everyone else, was inspired by Deb at Country Stitchers. I think she's Country Stitches on, I'm sure you all know Deb. But Deb, she did that. I think she's working on her second one now, right? Like she has the second one in the little houses, like the Hometown Holiday series, all in a row. And so I started collecting charts and fabric, but have I started it? I have not. There's no floss to unkit, and I don't need this mallow for anything else right now. I think I have like the perfect piece, and I still don't even know for sure all the charts I want to include. And actually I just got a new few charts of the series somebody sent me, so I'm going to add them into this bag while I'm thinking about it. But yeah, I'm going to leave this all kitted up together because I do want to stitch these Hometown Holidays and totally copy Deb because it's brilliant. So this next one I actually bought on a D-Stash page, and this is from the Drawn Thread, and it's called Random Thoughts. And so it has the fabric and the silk flosses, and to be honest, I don't think this is something I want to stitch anymore. So yeah, okay, I'm gonna put this in a giveaway pile because this is a fun kit. And if anybody really loves the Drawn Thread, which I love the Drawn Thread, I just don't think, I don't know. I bought it very cheaply on a D-Stash because I was like, I think I had just discovered D-Stash pages at that point and was like, yes, yes, yes. And then all of a sudden I was like, what are you doing? You have too many patterns. So I think I might use this as a giveaway. Yes. Okay. This is going to go in my giveaway bin, and eventually, yeah. Okay. We got rid of a couple more, or another one. Oh, man. Okay. This one's going to be a hard decision. I can already feel it. So I have the Joy and Noel book from Blackbird Designs, and I have kitted with all the floss the Joy and Noel sampler. And I really don't have plan. I mean, here's my thing. What I love most about the sampler is this pretty border and the Joy of Noel. The rest of it, I mean, it's fine. It's a sampler, but this is what I'm most drawn to and most want to stitch. And now I'm thinking, what if I made the world's cutest, tiniest little drum? I think this is going to get unkitted for now. I do want to stitch this at some point, but, and especially also in this book is this, that big red bird everyone loves, and I also love, but this is not the right floss for this. So I think I'm going to unkit this and redistribute this floss, put this book back with my Blackbird Designs books, and revisit this when I think I want to stitch this. So yeah, okay, making progress. Ooh, there's only 2 more things. Okay. This next one, I Oh, well, good. Okay, it is kitted. I was like, why is it in here? There's no floss. There it is. This is The Night Before Christmas, the Prairie Schooler. And if you watch Lindy's Stitches, last year, like a week before Christmas, Stephanie was like, I really want to stitch The Night Before Christmas on Christmas Eve. I want to start a sal. Who's in? And I was like, well, actually, hold on, let me reverse. I think she said she was going to stitch it and she was very excited. And I think I was like, I want to stitch it too. I don't think she asked for participants. I think I just like was like, hello, and like dove in. So I was like, I want to do it, but I don't have the chart. I got to order it. I was like, if it gets here by Christmas Eve, I'll do it. It didn't. It got here on the 26th and then I never started it. So I have my floss and I have my chart. And you know what? I'm going to leave this one kitted up. It's just DMC. Like I'm not going to be missing it. I'll just buy new skeins of this if I'm missing it. So yeah, I'm going to leave this one kitted up and maybe next year for Christmas, I'll jump in and stitch this one. But I just love these. I think they're so cool. Like the little half cut out octagon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, octagons, right? Let me count the sides real quick. Okay, last one. This is Things of Summer by Posy Little Things, Rosy Little Things. Posy. So this is by Alicia Paulson, who has a blog, I think called Rosy Little Things, or Posy Gets Cozy. I've only followed her blog for probably 20 years and I still couldn't tell you the exact name of it. But she is the one who published the pattern that I stitched for my nephew Charlie 6 years ago. And I love her stuff. It's all like very sweet and whimsical. And I purchased this design from her a couple of years ago, and it's got the called for fabric, which I think is like a touch of green or seafoam green from Witchelt, and all the floss. Okay, and then look at that. Everything fits back in there so nicely because I got rid of some stuff. So let me look and see what I decided I'm gonna unkit. Okay, so yeah, Joya Noel is gonna go back in the pattern stash, and I'm gonna sort out these floss, add them to the giant floss pile on my table, and hopefully one day I'll be inspired to sort them. Olga's Tart is going to get unkitted. Again, this is a pretty good stack of pretty floss that will go back into the stash. And then, I mean, I'm just going to put the chart back in my stash, and if I get the urge to start it, then, you know, I've got the stuff. So just going to keep it out of the kitted bin because I know I'm not like looking to start this like soon. We've got the Garden Fair by Blackbird Designs. It's going to get unkitted and go back into stash. Ooh, this must be an old kit. We got a Crescent Color Works in there. Although, I don't know, the rest are classic. This one's going into a giveaway. And then the No Bees, No Honey. Yeah, I'm just going to unkit that one for now. That's fine. So this will go back in my pattern stash. And then all the flosses will get put back in my stash. And then I have freed up a couple of handmade project bags that I made. And then just some random Amazon zipper pouches that I bought. So, yay. Oh my gosh, and look how perfect. So I want to start this one, like literally I'm going to start this while watching football tonight after dinner. And this project bag I just emptied out, and so this is like made for it. Look at the colors. Serendipity. And then this one, Needleworker, is staying out on top. Because this one I want to start at some point. I just need like 2 months off work. Maybe a year? I don't know. And then I can get everything started that I want. So I'm going to figure out how I take a year of work off. Before I do that, thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for joining me for Stitchmas Day 8. I hope I'm right. I'm just saying 8 in this video because I didn't look it up before I sat down. And I'll see you on Sunday for a flosstube episode. Bye!